So I'm taking breaks. I'm taking naps. I'm telling people no. I'm not answering the phone. I'm not texting back. Sometimes I'm not responding to comments, and it's all okay because I'm gonna do things on my time frame. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Romani. Today I want to talk about all things healing and self-elevation and truly pouring into yourself. For the past month, I've been solo traveling in Costa Rica. I moved here because I'm a yoga instructor, and right now I'm teaching yoga at a resort. So I've had a lot of time to spend with myself in solitude. Yes, I've been around other people, but as I said, I'm solo traveling. My friends, my family, they aren't here, and I truly have time to spend with myself and to connect with myself. And throughout this past month, I've experienced true transformation. A lot of things have been changing inside of me. A big revelation that I've had is that as women, we don't truly live the life that we want and the life that we deserve. We give and pour into everyone else but ourselves, because the world makes us feel like pouring into ourselves and caring about ourselves is selfish. But since I've had the time to truly do that this month, I haven't focused on anything else other than myself. I've seen, like I said, a huge transformation. I don't even know really what to call it other than a huge transformation. I want to talk to you about that because I feel like every woman should get to experience what I've experienced for the past month as it pertains to caring for myself. I know far too many women who are comfortable with being unhappy. They think that that is the way that life is supposed to be. Truly living in paradise and truly like just taking the leap of faith to leave America and to come to Costa Rica has showed me that we can truly thrive as women. We don't just have to survive. We don't have to be upset. We don't have to live a mundane life. We can live a life that we truly love and the life that we deserve. And I know as women, when we talk about getting better or leveling up or glowing up, we always think about the physical, and the physical is important because looks do matter. But today I want to talk about the internal work that I've been doing this past month that I feel has changed me. And most of these practices that I've been doing, I've always been doing, and I've always made videos about them, but it's just felt different at this stage in my life. I'm 25, which may seem young to some people, which may seem older to some people, but I'm 25 and things are changing in my mind. How I'm looking at the world is changing. So even though I've been doing most of these things that I'm about to tell you, they just feel different now. Before I share these tips with you, please make sure you like this video, give it a big thumbs up, let the algorithm know that you like seeing my videos. I've split this video up into 3 categories. The first category is internal work, the second category is social media, and the third category is filling my cup. So let's start with the internal work. Something that I truly value in my life is meditation. And as a yoga instructor and a meditation instructor, my job is to guide people through meditation. And it's so interesting because so many people think that they can't meditate because their mind is everywhere. They can't sit still. They have all of these thoughts running through their minds. And I want to let you know that that is okay. Here in Costa Rica, I teach 2 classes a day. I teach a morning class and an evening class. And before I teach those classes, I go in about 30 minutes before and I sit down and I meditate, and my mind is rarely quiet. That is a misconception that people have about meditation. You don't have to quiet your mind. Meditation is actually the point of time where my mind is going crazy because I'm thinking about everything that I have to do or everything that I want to do or that I get to do. When I meditate, I think about every single thing, whether it be problems, whether it be a situation that occurred a year ago that I still haven't gotten over. I use meditation as a time to sort my thoughts out. So if you have a list of problems from A to Z, I want you to close your eyes, relax, and start at A, and then you go to B and you go to C. As you sort through these situations, you're going to realize that they're either not that serious or you come up with a solution because you can finally sit down and think about them. So sitting with myself daily and giving myself time to process everything that I am experiencing, especially being a solo traveler, I'm experiencing a whole bunch. I made a video about that the other day and I'll link it on the screen, but I've been experiencing a lot of things. So having time to sit with myself and to process everything truly gives me the space to relax. It really helps me to release the stress and release the anxiety, because most times we have anxiety about situations. We don't know why we have the anxiety. We just feel it in our bodies. But when you are able to sit down and you can relax and you can truly think, what is making me anxious about this? It's gonna help you relax. And if you truly don't feel like you can sit down and just be still for a while, maybe you go on a walk, maybe you walk on the treadmill. Meditation does not have to be you sitting in silence. Meditation is simply when you come into the present moment. There are driving meditations. So when you are driving and you're replaying situations or you're thinking about things, you are meditating. So whether you meditate sitting down with your legs crossed or you're walking or you're driving, just take some time to yourself every single day. Another practice that has truly been helping me internally is journaling. I talk about journaling so much. I've been journaling since I was about 17 years old, and I am 25 years old right now. I gave away a lot of things when I moved to Costa Rica. I gave away a lot of my clothes, a lot of my shoes, but one thing I kept was 8 years worth of journals, and I put them in my suitcase and I took them with me. I cherish my journals. Similar to meditation, a lot of people tell me that they're unable to journal because they don't know what to journal about, and I invite you to just write. Just write whatever comes to you. I write about so many things. I write about my goals. I write about what happened yesterday, who tried me yesterday, how I had to breathe and meditate to not go off on somebody. I journal every single thing. It doesn't have to be perfect, because at the end of the day, you are the only person reading this. So really let loose. Talk about something that happened to you in childhood that you may not be able to get over. Talk about that relationship that you may not be able to get over, or that relationship that you're happy you left and why you're happy that you left. Just like meditation, journaling is going to give you that opportunity to really put your thoughts out so that you can see what is bothering you, or if nothing is bothering you, you can have the time to put your goals down and see what you really want for yourself out of life. And when you journal, sometimes you can even journal in the future tense rather than the present tense. So if you have some goals that you want to accomplish, let's say you want to get rid of all of your credit card debt, that may be something that you can journal about, and you can journal in the future tense as the person that you want to be. So you can say, I'm so happy that I finally paid off my $11,000 credit card debt today. And you can truly start to create the life that you want on paper. So it may not be in your reality right now, but you can will it to you. You can manifest it to you by writing that way. Journaling is a form of releasing. Journaling is a form of meditation, and journaling is truly a way that you can thrive in this life by either creating the life that you want to live or releasing the life that you no longer want to live. All right, now let's talk about social media. Social media was controlling my life for a very long time, and not in a crazy way, but if I had to do something, let's say I'm cleaning my room and I'm cleaning, but then I just sit down for that 1 second and I start scrolling on Instagram, and then I end up scrolling for 2 hours, and then I feel like the day just got away from me. That's what I mean when I say social media was truly controlling me. On top of wasting my day scrolling on the phone, I don't need to be involved in somebody else's life that much. I don't need to watch everybody's stories. I don't need to know what everybody is doing at any given moment. I think that contributes to a lot of the anxiety that we all feel. We know too much. So something that I've implemented since I've been in Costa Rica is using the laptop version of Instagram. And before you start judging, just hear me out. I still get that fix of being on Instagram or being able to check my notifications or my DMs, because that's truly why I'm on Instagram. I don't care what anybody's doing. It's just a cause and effect. I end up getting on Instagram and then I start looking at what people are doing. But originally, I probably got on there to check my DMs if I'm doing business with somebody, or to check my notifications to see what my posts are doing. So now I don't even have Instagram on my phone. I log onto Instagram on my laptop just like I would do if I was checking my emails. So it still gives me that relief of, oh, you got to get on Instagram, but it's not going to be long lived, because who wants to scroll on Instagram on their laptop? So as soon as I get done looking at my notifications and checking my DMs, I get off, and I don't feel like I need to constantly scroll because I already got on Instagram, nothing was going on, and we move on, and it's not on my phone. Now, obviously, if I want to post, I'm going to download it to my phone, but I haven't posted in a few days. Nonetheless, if I want to post, I'll download it to my phone. Maybe I'll scroll a little bit, but like I just haven't wanted to be on it since I've been able to get on it on my laptop. I don't even like looking at it on my phone anymore, and it has truly helped me slow down with the scrolling. And it's also given me time to do things that do not have to do with social media. It's given me time to fill up my life with other things, creating content, being outside, reading, looking at the views in Costa Rica. It's given me time to not just be sitting here glued to a screen all day. All right, now let's talk about filling up my cup. When I say filling up my cup, I mean just pouring into myself, truly taking time to care for myself. And one way that I've been doing that is through affirmations. In the morning, when I wake up and I look in the mirror, I speak affirmations to myself, and I'll link the affirmations that I use down below. They're actually my own affirmations in my ebook. I'll link those down below. But I also listen to subconscious affirmations on podcasts or on YouTube videos, and I'll link my favorite affirmations YouTube video down below as well. And I listen to that while I'm getting ready, or if I just come back into my room for something, if I'm walking and I have my AirPods, I just listen to those affirmations constantly. I know that sometimes we think of affirmations as just words and they can't help us. That's what we begin to think. But words control a lot of what you do every single day. What you tell yourself and what you think about yourself controls what you do. Listening to these positive affirmations has allowed me to change the dialogue with myself. I was never mean to myself, but I may say some crazy things to myself like, oh, why would I do this? Or just beating myself up about situations that I've put myself in, or just negative circumstances that I've been in the past. I might beat myself up about the past, but these affirmations have truly allowed me to talk nicely to myself. And when I started talking nicely to myself, that's when I truly felt like I started pouring into myself, because I started caring about myself a lot more. I didn't beat myself up over things that I did 5 or 10 years ago. I started focusing on the now, and I started focusing on who do I want to be today. The positive affirmations really allowed me to program my subconscious mind with positive energy and positive dialogue. And I always want you to remember that your thoughts control your words. Your words control your habits. Your habits control your destiny. It's something like that. But basically, what you hear and what you say control the way that your life is going to go. So you might as well try to influence yourself in the most positive way possible. I'm also listening to podcasts. Y'all know I love a good podcast, and the podcasts that I've been listening to are of women talking about thriving, women talking about their careers and how they're pouring into themselves. And listening to that every single day, it starts to have an effect on you, because you start to see other women thriving and you say, okay, I can do this too. So yes, you can continue to consume whatever you are consuming on the internet. Maybe you are a fan of the Shade Room or the Neighborhood Talk or the gossip sites, but I also want you to watch women who are truly speaking positive energy into themselves and into others. Even just watching videos like this, where we are talking about leveling up and becoming our best selves and really pouring into ourselves to achieve the life that we deserve. I truly love to hear women who talk about healing and who talk about prioritizing themselves, especially prioritizing themselves. That's something that I've learned since I've been in Costa Rica. When you truly have time to prioritize yourself, you don't feel any stress. And as women, I feel like we experience more stress than anybody else, because we are always constantly focusing on things outside of ourselves. When you prioritize yourself, that sickness is going to leave, that anxiety is going to leave, that depression is going to leave. But you have to care about yourself, because you're the only one who's truly going to care about you. Another habit is reading. I love reading, and most recently I've been reading books pretty much by divine timing, because I haven't bought these books, but like I said, I'm teaching yoga at a resort, and the guests that come to the resort, they always have books, and we just end up swapping books. The books that I've been reading have truly been about just self-empowerment and knowing yourself, and they have helped me, especially in this season of solitude. One book that I read was called The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and then I recently just finished Gabrielle Union's autobiography, We Need More Wine. Both of those books really showed me women who are blazing their own path and learning about themselves and really just putting themselves out there. And right now I'm reading another book which has nothing to do about that. It's like a fiction book about a psych ward, but I still love reading because it allows me to enter different realities than the one that I'm experiencing. Yes, I love this reality, but I also want to jump into new worlds and I want to expand my mind. I want to expand my mind because I never want to be that closed-minded person that people look at and they're like, you haven't evolved. I never want to look at myself and think that I haven't evolved. And so reading allows me to gain knowledge about different worlds that I may not have known about. And finally, the last habit, I'm resting. I'm taking a break and I'm doing exactly what I want to do. This has been very crucial because I am known to be a workaholic. I felt like I needed to work 24/7, and there are seasons of life when you are building, you might need to work 24/7, but I'm not at a point where I'm building. I have built, that's how I'm here teaching yoga. I built my yoga business. I built my platforms with content creation, and now it's okay for me to take a break. And that doesn't mean I won't create content or I won't, try to build my yoga business, but it means that I can slow down. When I first got to Costa Rica, I told myself, I'm gonna be filming vlogs, I'm gonna be doing talking videos. I have nothing but time and I have to fill my time up with creating content. And I got extremely burned out. I was very burned out. And I also felt like I was creating what other people wanted to see. Not in Costa Rica, but I just thought back about months prior and I felt like I was creating things that other people wanted to see. Last night, I told myself, I want to talk about how I'm pouring into myself, and that's just what the video is going to be about. I don't care if people like it, people don't like it. I want to create what I want to create at the time that I want to create it. So I'm truly taking breaks. I've cut down my YouTube content creation. I told myself I'll just do one time a week unless I feel like doing more, but I'm no longer going to force myself to work. I want this work to feel like ease. I want things to feel like ease. I don't want to control and force myself to work because then I get burned out and then I get depressed. So I'm taking breaks. I'm taking naps. I'm telling people no. I'm not answering the phone. I'm not texting back. Sometimes I'm not responding to comments, and it's all okay because I'm gonna do things on my time frame. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. As always, make sure you leave me a little brown heart in the comments if you made it this far. Make sure you subscribe to my channel as well. We are almost at 3,000 subscribers. How exciting. And I will see you in my next video.